We are working out for the next 365 days in a row. So many of us struggle to make positive changes in their lives, and I tend to give up too. We can't stick to our goals. You see, we've done this challenge at least 10 times, reaching 200 plus days at least twice. I was hoping to get myself into breakdancing shape because I always wanted to breakdance. And failure was crushing. And sometimes when you fail a lot, you give up. And in my case, you give up on your dreams for good. I made excuses instead. But now, even if I give up, or I sleep in, or I stop, we're just going to start over again. We will become stronger. So what follows are my workouts and thoughts each day. Every day, we can decide to make good choices. So don't give up on yourself.
Workout every day, day number 38, 39? I don't know. It's one of the days. But today I decided to hit the gym and work out moves I don't normally do. Here you can see me attempting to work on the dragon flag. And my specific focus I want to talk to you guys today is about the psychological aspect of training. Now, there's so many different things I wanted to talk about on this topic, but first I wanted to talk about having a bad day, things just go wrong and you still have to train, right? Any number of things can go wrong when you're trying to train, when you're trying to get stronger. Not just related to the gym, just related to life. Like stuff happens, right? And I wanted to address this because it's one of the biggest things that I struggle with the many times that I've gone through this challenge. In fact, I would say every single time I've stopped working out consecutively, just for this fun little challenge here, it's usually always been because something got in the way, something was upsetting, and I'm sitting here today thinking to myself of all those different times, and it was exceptionally bad when I got to like 200 days working out in a row because I've never worked out for that long consecutively, and that was just an achievement for me, right? But anyways, I looked at that situation, I looked at what happened, and thinking back now to this very day, today for me, and I'm not gonna complain, but today's like probably like the roughest day I've had in like maybe the past 2 to 3 years. It's been not the best day, at least mentally and psychologically. And I think about like, what is it gonna take really to stop me if I spend a moment to think? Like I sat down, I thought about the things I didn't like, and then I thought, you know what? I think I can still train. Maybe I should just get to the gym. Maybe I'll feel better. Maybe there's something about this. Maybe I need to sit down and think why I'm training. Maybe I need to give this purpose, right? Maybe I need to reaffirm why I'm doing this in the first place and just really spend time in my own mind. So I did. I sat down for a bit. I wrote a little. And then I thought, it's important that I do this. And I think the reason for me training is more important than anything that can happen in life, right? Um, well, let me rephrase that. It's more important than anything stopping me from training, right? I want to be healthy, I want to be strong, and I definitely think that keeping myself active is never going to be a bad thing, and it's always going to have a net positive on my life. And that's why I think I should be here. In fact, maybe I can get a better and more intense workout by channeling some of the energy I feel into exercise, right? So it's kind of a difference in mentality that I'm starting to adopt and realizing that you know, stuff's gonna happen. Was this the best workout ever? No, I think I still kind of felt a bit bummed out about things prior, but that didn't stop me from giving it a try, and that didn't stop me from trying to push on my sets. I did quite a bit more exercise than I expected. A lot of times when I feel like I'm in a bad mood, I kind of just half-ass everything. Let me be honest with you. But today I said, let me try and do my best that I can and see how I would feel by trying. And I feel a lot better than if I didn't. Let me tell you that. Anyhow, what you can see here is me just working out my wrists and just literally just having fun with certain things. I think working the forearm is decently important for calisthenics. One of you guys watching or listening can let me know if it actually is, but I saw a video of someone talking about it. So I'm training the wrists, I'm doing these dumbbell twists, and I'm basically flexing the wrist left to right. I have this plate here, and I'm rotating it there too as kind of like a superset type deal. So I'll do the dumbbell and then I'll do the plate. And you might be like, well, why use a dumbbell and a plate? Why not just use a dumbbell? I just feel like the range I'm able to twist my wrist feels a lot better on the plate, but because the plate is so long, if that makes any sense, it's harder for me to twist heavier. So I grab that heavier dumbbell and I twist heavier. And then from there, I grab the plate and then I can take a lighter weight and then I can do this rotation with the wrist. And it works pretty fine. And yeah, I ended up doing some wrist curls here. I wanted to train that form in wrist curls and wrist extensions. Now, I don't know if it's actually a bad idea to piece do them back to back, but it's just something I was thinking on. And you guys can let me know if you've tried to work your arm and experimented. Now, I'm using the 15-pound dumbbell. Is this too light for my wrist? Yes, it is, in a sense, but I wanted to try and do high rep and see how I feel, because it's been a long time since I've actually done this movement. But yeah, I can definitely go heavier the next time, 100%. But I want to feel through it. And yeah, what I'm essentially doing is I'm letting that wrist hang all the way out, almost opening my palms as much as possible, and then I'm crunching and then I'm flexing all the way into my hand, right? And I'm repeating that motion, and as soon as I get too fatigued, eventually I switch to those, like the wrist extension, which you're about to see here. Now, I don't really know how to get my bang for my butt out of this movement. I just try and let my wrist hang, and then I really squeeze the dumbbell, and then I try and pull my hand up towards the sky. That's the best that I got from doing tips for these. And I also noticed that it's a lot harder to go heavy on this movement. This movement is hard, guys. Way harder than wrist flexion. Maybe that has to do with the fact that a lot of us are doing like bicep curl, the things that have our hand in a low position, might make it a lot easier. And yeah, I essentially do the same thing with the plate, except I kind of have like a loose pinch grip. It's kind of hard to see in the lighting. And then I clamp on the weight, and then I pull and I squeeze up. That felt really good. Like, that felt extremely intense in comparison to using the dumbbell. I don't think that it's just me imagining it either. I definitely think that there's something about this plate, guys. I need help to figure out why. Because here the dumbbell isn't necessarily blocking me, but I do feel like I'm able to control my hand and feel the squeeze a lot better. And that is it for the workout. That's not everything I did, but it's everything I'm going to show you guys. I did like biceps, I did tricep push down, tricep overhead press, and then I did a balance exercise on my legs. If you really want to know everything I did. Anyway, take care. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.